Hi, my name's Dan, and I liked Hubie Halloween. What's happening to me? Hello, everybody, and welcome to my review of Hubie Halloween, the latest Adam Sandler movie to hit Netflix and his big overarching deal with Netflix. This is what you would expect from Adam Sandler. He plays Hubie, a mama's boy who's growing up in Salem, Massachusetts. He's the town weirdo. Everybody hates him. There is actually some kind of cool, as a fan of Adam Sandler's earlier work, shared universe stuff going on here as far as who is bullying him and the kind of Easter eggs that they're throwing in from past Adam Sandler movies. But it's all pretty standard fare. Adam Sandler is making funny faces. He's doing a funny voice. He falls off of things. There's farts. There's old people wearing inappropriate t-shirts. Everything that you would expect from a modern day Adam Sandler movie is in this movie. And yet, 45 minutes into Hubie Halloween, I came to a very disturbing realization. I don't hate this. It's really a feeling that I wasn't prepared for because, like I say, with every movie, I walk in with as blank a slate as I can possibly have. I want every movie to be good, but you do, and it's true, you do walk into movies expecting certain things. I walk into a Transformers movie expecting certain things. Usually it gives me those things. Sometimes, like in the case of Bumblebee, it surprises me and I end up liking it. I walked into this movie expecting certain things, but the thing that's weird is that it gave me all those things that I expected. As a matter of fact, Hubie Halloween gives me every reason to hate this movie for the same reason that I hate a lot of the other Adam Sandler movies. The cheap gags, the body humor, the fart jokes, stuff like that. It's not that those things aren't funny, it's just that these movies use them in a very cheap and obvious way. And yet, when we got to the end of Hubie Halloween, I thought it was cute. It's fun. It's not great. This is not a great movie. It's barely a good movie, but I liked it. Maybe it's the spirit of the season. Maybe it's the fact that this movie has the Halloween thing to hang on to and that you can have a lot of fun. It's a fun time of year anyway, so some of the wacky hijinks that you see in some of these Adam Sandler movies aren't as out of place in this movie because it's set at Halloween. So you can have Tim Meadows running around in a funny costume. You can have Ray Liotta put a clown wig on. These things would probably happen in other Adam Sandler movies anyway, but in this movie, they don't seem quite as weird. Maybe it's the fact that Adam Sandler wrote this movie with Tim Herlihy, and he's been writing with Tim Herlihy since the SNL days. They wrote the great, in my opinion, Adam Sandler movies together, movies like Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore. They also wrote The Ridiculous Six together, so it's not like they haven't written bad movies. But I wonder if this is either by design or budget. You don't have as many of the excesses that you see in a lot of his other films. You're not going to Africa. You're not going to these exotic vacation locales. It's a little more focused. It's a little more character focused. And I know that sounds weird to be saying about a movie starring Adam Sandler, a guy who talks like this, but it's true. It's a little more character focused. It's got a bit of a sweet love story in it. I wouldn't say at the center of it because it kind of comes and goes, but it just seems like, yes, they're having fun, and it always seems like they're having fun, but I chuckled. I laughed at several parts of this movie. There's a lot of jokes that are not the obvious jokes. That's not farting into a tin can phone from Grown Ups or a lot of what you've come to see from modern Sandler. It's this more subtle stuff, the stuff that I liked in his earlier films, the throwaway gags, that you bring in these random characters that just come in and snap in a really quick line or a quick laugh and then leave the movie or pop back up and then go back later, like the Miles Davis lady from Billy Madison.
If peeing your pants is cool, consider me Miles Davis.
You have this kind of absurdist bent to the movie, and then there's a lot of lines that I just flat out thought were funny. Yes, there's stuff in it that annoyed me. There's stuff that had me rolling my eyes. There's stuff that had me going like, okay, whatever. But it also felt like, and I don't know if this was intentional, that Adam Sandler and Tim Herlihy, when they wrote this film, intended to go back to formula. Intended to go back to the days when an Adam Sandler movie was at its heart about this goofy dude playing another goofy dude and doing goofy stuff. And so, yeah, I liked Hubie Halloween. I didn't love it, but I liked it. And I could see myself next Halloween or whenever firing up Netflix and thinking about, well, what's a Halloween movie that I want to watch? And saying like, you know what? I'm going to rewatch Hubie Halloween because it has enough stuff that I laughed at that I would recommend it. And I know that sounds weird to say because I honestly didn't see myself recommending another Adam Sandler comedy ever. They've just been so bad, just so abysmal for so many years that I was really caught by surprise. But I don't think it's just that this one is less bad than the other ones. I really do think that there is something that recaptures the early spirit of the Adam Sandler films that made those films good, that made those films special, that made me fans of those films to begin with. Why not give it a shot, see what you think? Maybe you'll think it's horrible. It certainly seems from looking at ratings and reviews on the internet that a lot of other people thought it was horrible. But you know what? I didn't. So for everybody that says that I'm a snob and an elitist, and I'm sure that this is going to be thrown in my face until the end of time, I think you should watch Hubie Halloween because I did, and I liked it. So that's my review of Hubie Halloween. It's kind of short and light on substance, but, so's the movie. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to catch even more of what I'm doing, you can check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/Dan Murrell. There's still time if you want to join in on our Halloween Dan's Monthly Movie Club. We're talking horror comedies, which Hubie Halloween is not a horror comedy. It's more of a comedy, but set at Halloween. Now, we're talking Beetlejuice, What We Do in the Shadows, and Young Frankenstein. Some of my favorite comedies and Halloween films of all time. So if you sign up today, you can still jump in and join the conversation on that. We also do monthly watch-alongs, commentaries, Schmodown study sessions, Schmodown commentaries, lots of fun stuff. Check me out there. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my podcast, All My Movies. You can check it out on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you like to listen to podcasts. And you can also see the video version over on the Schmodown Entertainment Network. Thank you so much for watching. A shabadoo to you, and I'll see you next time.